Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel for this payday routine video. In today's video, we're gonna walk through the payday routine that I do every single time we get paid. It really helps me to be intentional with my money without being obsessive. As someone with a scarcity mindset, that is really important to me. If you're new here, hi, my name's Alice. I love to chat about money and show you a little bit about my life. And so today is one of my consistent money videos. If you want motivation for every time you get paid, this is definitely a place for you. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's get into step number one of my payday routine. Okay, so step number one, I go to the budget spreadsheet, and since I'm filling out the income of how much we got paid on the budget spreadsheet, I then also go and I fill in and update all the expenses and everything that came in and out of our bank account. I feel like I am missing a couple things that we've spent recently, but we went out to eat yesterday. So that is, it says debt right here, but it's not debt, it's just guilt-free spending. The budget spreadsheet came with a debt category and not a fun money category, so I kind of switched them. $4 at Panda Express. As always, I'm addicted to Panda Express. Okay, I also bought a pair of running shoes. Those were $101. Oh, my husband bought gas yesterday as well. $47. Okay. Oh, then I forgot we need to put in our income as well. So, okay, so the total that we're getting paid from our paychecks is going to be $4,682.81. Okay, so step number two, after you bring the budget up to date with your income and your expenses and everything that's moved in and out of your bank account, then I go onto the main budgeting page and I kind of take a look around at how we're doing. It's at zero. Like today is the day we're literally paying off our credit cards, and then everything we spend from here until the end of the month is going to be on the next credit card cycle. So really this is like a blank slate. I love when this kind of stuff happens. So I go through, I look at things. Things are pretty normal. It looks like I only have $70-ish of wiggle room this month. And then step three will be the bulk of today's video, which is breaking down our paychecks for the next 2 weeks. Hope you guys are so proud of me. I'm drinking water today. I don't know, I already had a cup of tea and I was like, I guess all that there's left to drink is water. Okay, let's start off with our income. So as you guys saw for our paychecks, we were bringing home $4,682.81, which is a great income for us. Kind of definitely have an income that finally suits the kind of life that we want to live. So I'm very grateful for that. Okay, for rollover, I guess I can go back to my budget spreadsheet and see how much we are actually rolling over with. So it looks like we're gonna roll over with $391.92. So that is just money that comes from the previous paycheck cycle. When you don't have money rolling over, and you budget, everything goes to zero, that can be a little bit stressful for me, because I know when I have unexpected expenses, I love to have just random money lying around that I can be like, oh, good thing I didn't spend that, because that can just go towards this unexpected expense, which is definitely gonna happen in this next pay period. Okay, and then for savings, we're gonna take out $2,000. You guys will see that this will actually be for our house and yard. It's just coming directly from a sinking fund. And so if we end up spending more or less on our yard, then I'm just gonna adjust how much we actually take out of savings. We'll spend first and then we'll take it out of savings. And we are credit card users, so we don't actually pay that until our credit card comes out. I do budget as if we are paying that money just to stay on top of that, but in reality, we can just use the credit card and then transfer the money in from our savings account, which is super convenient. For unexpected, we got a check in the mail for $715. We refinanced our house, and when you refinance your house, apparently there's money sitting in some sort of accounts like escrow, and it must be something else, but I don't know what it is. Anyways, they paid us back the money that was in that account when we refinanced our house. It was $715, which is super convenient because we do have a big unexpected expense happening this month that we will just put all that money towards, but you guys will see that later. Okay, that leaves us with a total of $7,789.73 to work with for the next 2 weeks. Okay, let's go on to bills. So if you're new here, not all paychecks are spent equally throughout the month. The paychecks at the beginning of the month are more used towards saving and investing and fun money, while the paychecks at the end of the month go more towards our bills and expenses. They are much heavier towards the end of the month because that is when we pay our mortgage, which our mortgage is easily the most expensive thing that we usually pay for every single month. If you want to see one that is reversed, then definitely check out my last payday routine video. That one is much more bills, mortgage, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so for our internet, we're gonna pay $45. That recently went down. I really feel like $45 for 1 gig of internet is really good. Neighborhood has this group chat where everyone was talking about how they have this new promotion with our internet company. Most of us were paying $75 or $65 a month. If you cancel and then you get it immediately after, you get that cheaper rate for life. Okay, for our gas and energy, we're gonna budget $100. It is getting warmer, so we're not having to really use our like gas to heat the house as much. It did like randomly snow yesterday, which is wild. For car insurance, we're gonna pay $138.80. I feel like that's also really good for 2 cars. Also, is everything based on like where you live in your state and like how nice your car is and everything? Because I'm interested to see if you guys are hearing my bills and going, yeah, those are really high, or be like, oh no, those are great. Because I live in Utah and I do feel like Utah is pretty cheap for a lot of things, but I don't know if our bills and expenses are more or less than what you guys are paying. Okay, for water trash, we are gonna pay $118.43. I do know that is low because I'm from Oregon. Water falls from the sky relentlessly there. Yet your water bill is extremely high because there's lots of taxes put onto that bill and water is so cheap here. Okay, moving on to expenses. So for groceries, I'm gonna budget $250. For a long time, we had our grocery budget as $400 a month, and I don't want to say inflation because like I haven't really looked into it that much, and I feel like it might be because we make more money, so we're just not as like strict about going to the cheapest grocery stores, but I genuinely feel like we can't make $400 work as much for us anymore. And then some things have gotten pretty expensive, and I kind of became an adult and started shopping for myself around 2021 to 2022, so I never really knew what prices were beforehand, but now I'm like, okay, it's 2026. I feel like things are definitely more expensive than when I was first starting to buy stuff. Also, the sun is coming in and out, so sorry about that. It's kind of like a cloudy, very sunny day. We are going to budget $473.28 for tithing. If you're new here, we like to give 10% of our income to our church and a little bit more for like food banks and stuff like that. Now, when I say that I donate money, I in no way, shape, or form feel like anyone else needs to be pressured to do that. Personal finance is so personal. Just for me, with my beliefs and all that kind of stuff, I just feel like it is the right thing for us to do. I like it, but no pressure for anyone else to do it. I'm good. For gas, I'm gonna budget $150. We recently upped our gas budget just momentarily. I mean, I don't know how long this is gonna last, how long gas prices are gonna be a little bit higher, but our gas budget was $200 and now it's $300. We went over our gas budget last month, and I'm like, okay, because we did that last month, it's time to up our gas budget this next month. If it goes down, great. If it doesn't, then I'm glad that we budgeted the right amount. Okay, for miscellaneous overflow, I'm gonna budget $150. Now this category has definitely taken a different life in my budgeting recently. I used to intentionally put things under this category, kind of don't put anything under this category, and I just put it in the right budget line. Like say one month I budgeted $100 for eating out and then we spent $150. I used to put that $50 under this budget category, but now I just keep it in the eating out category, show that we overspent, but then know that the money's coming from the miscellaneous unexpected / overflow category, because I want an accurate representation of how much we do spend every single year on certain stuff. But I do want to have that extra money there because I know that we're never gonna like spend perfectly every single time. Now onto the car maintenance, which is always the fun part. It's kind of been a saga recently on my channel, but I'm gonna budget $715. Long story short, we took our car to this place that we trusted for a long time, and then it came back and their quote was absolutely garbage. So they originally charged us $3,500. We took it somewhere else and they replaced it for free because it was under like this little warranty, manufacturer's warranty. It was like a very known issue. So then we got it fixed, but our car is 20-year-old Honda Accord, and it is literally my favorite car in the world. It's so amazing. It's so zippy. It just like goes so fast. It's 20 years old, which means that we're probably gonna need to just like continuously do maintenance on it and upkeep it. And as of right now, the check engine light is on. So we're gonna take that in, and I have honestly no idea how much it's gonna cost. We're putting every dime of the unexpected money that we're getting from that check in the mail to this. And if it's less than $715, then like, great, I'll be super happy. I always want to be over budgeting for it because man, is it expensive. And I have cried about car stuff in the past. I have. I'm not going to deny that. Yeah, that's just me. For house and yard, I'm going to budget $2,000. Again, this is like a ballpark number. If we spend more, if we spend less, we're just gonna adjust how much we take out of savings because we do have a sinking fund for this. That's around $2,500. So we recently got like the internet, gas, and utility people to come out and like put the little flags in our yard, which is super cute. Cats are very suspicious of them though. They like watch them out the window, which I think is kind of funny. But yeah, so we're gonna start digging and we're gonna put trees and bushes in. weed barrier, and then rocks down. So it's gonna be quite the project, but I'm very excited. So yeah, I mean, we already put $20,000 into our yard for like grading it, sprinklers, concrete curbing, sod, a fence, all that kind of stuff. So we're just at the very tail end of it all, but quite spendy. Moving on to guilt-free spending for eating out, I'm gonna budget $50. So here's the deal. We've actually started eating out quite a bit now. I feel like for me, if I'm not as diligent about grocery shopping and meal planning, then I'll like open the fridge or open the pantry and be like, no, I'm not gonna spend time and effort and then have to do the dishes for a meal that's not very good. So I feel like when I'm not on it with the meal planning and like inspired about meal planning, then we just kind of tend to go out a little bit more, which is fine, but then we'd need to like adjust our budget. So we'll see if this $50 is enough for the next 2 weeks. Okay, for clothes, I'm gonna budget $50. I am thinking about like the places I like to shop. I used to shop a lot at Old Navy, and I feel like $50 at Old Navy you can buy quite a bit, especially if they're having like a 40 or 50% sale. But I've recently started shopping somewhere a little bit more expensive. Oh, actually, I am going to return a shirt that's going to be about like 40 bucks. So then I'll have $90 and that'll be enough to get something. So I'm definitely in a clothes buying mood. I've really enjoyed that recently. But yeah, I just feel like $50 for a piece of clothing doesn't really cut it. The other day I bought a blouse for $60 and I was like, okay, for golf, I'm gonna budget $50, so that should be like a round of golf and a driving range. Honestly, I'm so happy that my husband has golf. Golf is something that you can do for your whole life, and I do have running, but running is a little bit harder on your joints. And I did pole vaulting in high school, and pole vaulting is super fun, but it is not nearly as accessible once you get out of high school to do it. I haven't done it in years, but yeah, I did it for like 6 years. It was super fun, and maybe I'll do like tennis someday. Also, unpopular opinion, I do not like pickleball. I have been burned too many times at pickleball. Like, I like playing with my family if we go to Oregon, but if we play it in Utah, it's just like the culture of pickleball here is so intense and kind of like exclusive. Okay, for splurge, we're gonna budget $50. That is kind of just like unexpected miscellaneous fun. But then this is also like if I go somewhere and I didn't budget for it, I can just buy something impulsively, because that really satisfies the need of feeling like I'm free to do what I want with my money within limits to not ruin myself financially. Okay, for gifts, we brought the $75 that we're gonna spend last month to this. They actually need to buy a gift for my mother-in-law. I'm excited to see what that is. For celebrations, I'm gonna budget $100, which this is so exciting. So me and my husband this weekend are going to take my mother-in-law out for her birthday. I feel like parents like that kind of stuff, which I like that kind of stuff too. Yeah, anyways, I think that should be really fun. And when I think about the type of person that I want to be, the type of person that I want to be is someone who does take people out for their birthday. Is it sustainable? Will we do this every single year for every single person in our life? Probably not, because someday when we have kids, we will have less money. Or if we need to cut back on hours, or I don't know. You guys get the point. All right, we gotta wrap this up because I'm on my lunch break. But for saving and investing, we are going to budget $1,000 for the emergency fund. So this is our tried and true emergency fund contribution. We are just slowly chipping away at our $30,000 goal by the end of the year. So if we do $1,000 every single month, we will hit that goal. And I think I need to honestly kind of visit this again, but I'm pretty sure $30,000 is a fully funded 6-month emergency fund if we both lost our jobs, which is like so scary to think about, but try not to think about that too much actually, because I will spiral. But I feel like it's also a good amount. Like if you had like a medical emergency, put a down payment on a car, I wouldn't want to take all of that and put it towards a car, but I just feel like having a big emergency fund is a huge source of financial peace for us. For the Roth IRA, I'm going to budget $576. So I am so grateful for the person who left the comment on my YouTube channel, but I originally thought that the $7,500 that you can contribute to your Roth IRA was separate from the $7,500 that you can contribute to a traditional IRA. Turns out they are together. So grateful for that comment. It saved us a lot of heartache when it comes to taxes next year. Again, I am not a tax advisor or financial advisor or investing advisor or anything. So we're gonna put that $576 towards the Roth IRA, but we are gonna contribute extra, but we're gonna put that into a brokerage account. Again, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that should be all good. There's no like limits on that because it's not tax advantage. I should have known that when it comes to tax advantages, the government's like, maybe not, you have some limit. Thank you for that comment. For the car, we're gonna put $200 in, especially at a time like this. I'm becoming more aware that our cars are just gonna need work consistently, and always having the money for car maintenance is super helpful. For the girls, we're gonna budget $25. That's just for future vet visits for these little ones. And then for celebrations, we're gonna budget $200. That is again for anniversaries, Christmases, birthdays. I remember when it hit Christmas last year, I was like, dang, I really wish we had already saved up this money, because September hit and we were starting to put like a lot of money, like $1,000 a month into the fund. And I was like, okay, because we have anniversary and Christmas at the end of the year and then birthday soon after. I just feel like the end of the year is such an expensive time. But right now when we have no expensive holidays coming up, I think it's a good time to put money aside. Okay, for vacations, we're gonna budget $200. Again, that's just for going to Oregon / any random other vacation that comes up. And then for house and yard fund, we're gonna put $200 towards that. Oh, I guess I didn't realize we're taking money out and then we're putting money in, which I kind of don't like doing that because I just feel like redundant and unnecessary. And I like to keep our finances as simple as possible, but I guess we're putting that money in, which is fine with me. Okay, for the child fund, we're gonna put $200 in for that. Just consistently putting a little bit of money into that, hoping that we get to $4,000 by the end of the year. Okay, so the total left over is $673.72. That's kind of a lot. That was more than I was planning. I like to do around $100 to $300, but I feel like, oh, I guess this time, okay, so sometimes when I do the payday routine for the first paychecks, I spend a lot of our guilt-free spending money in the first 2 paychecks because we have way less bills and way less expenses. I'm only doing half of our guilt-free spending, and honestly, that might be really nice for us at the second half of the month if we are like in a spendy mood or something to have that money. So honestly, $673, that's not bad. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me today on this payday routine. I hope that it serves as inspiration and motivation for you to be more intentional with your money without becoming obsessive. And I will see you guys later. Bye.